Your top of the top. What's going on, y'all? Gains Fitness here. So today is series 2 on the Master Your Nutrition series. I did say it's gonna be about 3 or 4, but it's probably gonna be more about 5 or 6 series to this. I just want to make sure y'all good. I want to make sure y'all nutrition journey, your health journey is on point. Y'all can control it to the best of your own ability. Of course, if you want to seek help, if you want to seek a dietitian or nutritionist, whatever the case may be, that's all fine. But for those of you who want to take matters into their own hand, this is who I make the content for, type shit. You feel me? So like the do-it-yourself people, the self-sufficient people. You feel me? I'm here for you. I'm for you, type shit. All right. So without further ado, let's get to this shit. All right. So first things first. What you're going to do is you're going to go in the kitchen and get anything in the cabinet, in the fridge, whatever the case may be, because we're going to be learning about how to read the nutrition, how to read and understand the nutrition label. You feel me? We talk about nutritional literacy, which is part of physical literacy. You feel me? I teach physical literacy, so you need to learn how to move, you need to learn how to eat, and you need to learn how to recover, type shit. You feel me? So I have a box of elbows, some mac, some pasta. You feel me? So this is what I have. You can use whatever the fuck you want to use, type shit. You feel me? But I'm using these elbows. So if you go and if you get the thing you're looking at, look at the nutrition facts, right? If you look at the nutrition facts at the top, it will say nutrition facts. You know, that's what I put right here, type shit. All right. So directly under that, it will say uh service per container. So for my elbows, it says about 8 servings per container. You feel me? So if you're doing a proper portion size, what the portion size is, that's the next thing I want to get to. If you're doing a proper portion size, and you only have one serving, that will last you about 8 servings or 8 days. Or I doubt you're gonna be eating this shit for 8 days. Highly doubt it. But if you have, excuse me, if you have other people in your house, type shit like a family or it's you and your spouse, whatever the fuck, you feel me? Let's say it's 2 of y'all, and y'all both have a serving each. So this will go from 8 servings to about 4 servings, because one serving each is basically 2 servings. So that means I'll last you about 4 days if you fuck with the leftovers. You feel me? So next thing under that will be the serving size, service size. So for my elbows, 56 grams is one serving. All right. How do you know what 56 grams look like? This is why you have to get kitchen scale, get a food scale. You feel me? This is going to help you control your portion sizes, so you won't overeat, you won't undereat. Whatever the case may be. You feel me? Like, get your kitchen scale. You do not have to pay more than $25 for a kitchen scale. You feel me? If you pay more than $25, then you're wasting your fucking money. As long as it works, as long as the scale has grams and ounces, that is it. It doesn't have to look pretty. You don't have to get the number one food scale. They all do the same shit. You feel me? Don't worry about which one costs the most, whatever. As long as it fucking works, that's good enough. My kitchen scale cost me $11. It fucking works. Anyways, your serving size. So how much is the serving size? So the only thing that's pretty constant would be like your lean meats. So about 4 ounces of any lean meat. So like your chicken, your beef, your turkey. You feel me? Your fish. 4 ounces is your standard one serving size. You feel me? So a reason why you have to understand serving size is depends on what your nutritional goals are. Certain foods you may have to double up your servings. You feel me? So for example, for myself, because I need a lot of protein, I need to double up almost everything as far as my protein sources. I need to double up on my fish. I need to double up on my chicken or my beef, whatever I'm eating, right? Just to help me get closer towards my protein goals. You feel me? So this is why you need to know what your daily caloric intake is, because once you know what your daily caloric intake is, that will pretty much tell you if you need to double up your servings, maybe even triple up. You hardly ever need to triple up your servings on anything except vegetables, right? But you may have to double or triple certain things, certain foods, but you have to be wary on what foods you're using. So if you pay attention to nutrition facts, right? Cool. All right. So directly under that, it has amount per serving and it has the calories, right? So basically, within one serving of whatever food you will get the following nutrients, right? So for my example, I have my elbows pasta, right? So this has 200 calories. So for every one serving, which is 56 grams, you feel me? So you take a bowl, you place the bowl on your food scale, turn the food scale on, I'm gonna pour my elbows into the bowl until the scale says 56 grams. I don't need to go any higher than that. That is one serving. You feel me? So for every one serving of elbows, you get 200 calories. So your calories is the sum of your carbs, fats, and proteins. It will not be the exact sum. It will be rounded up to like the nearest tenth or nearest hundred, whatever. You feel me? So under that, you will have total fat. What does it mean by total fat? You have different types of fat. You have saturated fats that you get from meats, and you get from meats, and you get from dairy and things like that. Then you have your trans fat. Those are your processed meats. Those are your fried foods. Those are certain cooking oils type shit. You feel me? You want to watch out. That's the bad fats. Those are the fats that you want to avoid. You want to avoid or be extremely wary because you're not going to completely avoid trans fats. If you fuck with fast food type shit, you're going to be getting trans fat. It is what it is. So it's to the best of your ability, try to limit it. Just be very wary of it. You feel me? So trans fats is the bad fats. You have saturated fats. That's fine to get that through meat, dairy, certain other foods as well. Trans fats, those are your processed foods. Poly and mono unsaturated fats. Those are your good fats. You feel me? You get the polyunsaturated fats through your oils. You feel me? So your cooking oils, your vegetable oil, canola oil, sunflower oil. So through your oils. You feel me? And you get your monounsaturated fats through your seeds and your nuts, and your seeds, your nuts, your legumes, things of that nature. You feel me? So when it says total fats, it's pretty much taking up the sum of all these different fats, your mono and polyunsaturated fats, your trans fats, and your saturated fats, and it totals it up. For my example purposes, this box of elbows for one serving is only 1 gram of fat total, right? So I have 1 gram of fat in his elbows, and that 1 gram of fat is coming from, it's not even a whole fat. It's not even a whole gram. It's half a gram of polyunsaturated fat. So 0.5 grams. If you see my shadow, listen, I don't have the best lighting type shit, but you get what you get. You feel me? For right now. All right. So yes. So you have the total fat. So you may have peanut butter, which will have saturated fats and probably a little bit of saturated fats, but definitely some monounsaturated fats type shit. Your butter would definitely fall under your saturated fats. Your saturated fats for sure. Probably a little bit of monounsaturated. Depends on the brand. Just pay attention to the nutrition facts. It will tell you. The nutrition facts will literally tell you everything. That is the code. All right. Next, you have cholesterol. Cool. So you normally get your cholesterol through your fats, or all animal products contain cholesterol. You feel me? All animal products contain cholesterol. So simple as that. If you have high cholesterol, high of the bad cholesterol, so meaning your LDL, so your low density lipoprotein, they're not going to disregard that. You'll probably understand that later type shit. You feel me? That's probably high. You feel me? That's the bad fat. So what how much of that should you have? Realistically, you should have under about 110 milligrams of your LDL, so your low density lipoprotein. Just fuck all that. Those all fuck all the jargon type shit. All cholesterol is not bad cholesterol. You need cholesterol. Cholesterol is good. Cholesterol helps out with regulating your hormones. Cholesterol helps out with the formation of cell membranes. Cholesterol also helps out with digestion as well. You feel me? So you do not want to completely stay away from cholesterol. You need cholesterol. Cholesterol is good. You feel me? It's just certain types of cholesterol, having too much of it will fuck you up. Too much of anything will fuck you up. You feel me? So with that being said, don't completely stay away from cholesterol. But in my example case, my elbows, this has zero cholesterol. So that's not a thing to focus on. Next, you have sodium. This is where the blood pressure comes. This is one of the things that contributes to high blood pressure. Also, stress and other medications as well. You feel me? But definitely, first and foremost, through your nutrition, right? So, how much sodium should you have a day? So, it really depends on your body type and your activities type shit. So you should be hovering between 1.5 grams to 2.3 grams of sodium per day. Per day. Normally, I'm pretty sure you're exceeding that sodium intake. You feel me? Especially if cultured, if you're coming from a cultural background, y'all fuck with the seasonings heavy. Y'all love these seasonings and the sodium. Y'all watch Big Mama. Y'all watch Soul Food, right? You see Big Mama arms. Y'all see all the food they was cooking on one plate, on one fucking plate. That's well over, bro. That had to be about minimum, bare minimum, 5,000 calories just on that plate, or for everything that they fucking that was me in the movie type shit. You feel me? High blood pressure. These things. This is why we're so sick, because we don't know. Nobody taught us these things. You feel me? So, and this hits home for me. I have plenty of family members who've passed from these cancers and diseases that can be preventable from watching your nutrition type shit. You feel me? So this hits home for me. You feel me? So we're in the age of knowledge. We're in the age of knowing. Now is the time to know what you need. Now is the time to be more intuitive. Now is the time to be more intentional on the things you put in your body and how you operate your body type shit. If the game is longevity, you have to start paying attention. We have to stop eating for pleasure all the time. Eating for pleasure should not be your first priority. Eating for pleasure should not be your first priority. Everything that's good to you is not good for you, right? Why am I saying this? Because everybody like, oh, taste. Oh, you have to put all these seasons so it can taste good. The fuck you don't. No, you don't. You do not have to put all these different things just so it can taste good, just so you can feel sick later. We're prioritizing instant gratification over delayed gratification type shit. You feel me? Taste good now, feel bad later type shit. You feel me? We have to stop doing that. We have to stop operating like that. We're as a society, we operate more off of emotion, feeling, taste, things like that, over function. So controlling your portion sizes is like not getting to like, oh, it has to taste good. Oh, it has to look good. It does not have to do that all the time. Getting passionate, you feel me? But it's just something that I really care for. Something I really care for type shit. Feel me? Please stop prioritizing pleasure for food. That's not what food is for. Food is to fuel your body, just so you can carry out your daily tasks internally inside your body and externally type shit. And rinse and repeat. So you can keep rinsing and repeating so you can operate fine. You feel me? Learn how to read the label. Okay, so sodium. You need 1.5 grams to 2.3 grams of sodium a day. Now let's say okay, so here's what can happen. Now let's say hypothetically you do go over. You do go over your sodium type shit. There is a way you can offset that. That's by increasing your potassium. Right? Your potassium needs to be more than your sodium. When you have way more sodium than potassium, that's when shit gets fucked. You feel me? You want to have way more potassium. How much potassium should you have? It's about a 1-to-3 ratio. So for about every 1 gram of sodium, you should have about 3 grams of potassium. You feel me? Potassium helps offset high blood pressure. So if your blood pressure is high, you need to consume more potassium. Avocados, fruits, vegetables, things of that nature. Your beans and legumes, your seeds, your nuts. You feel me? Like these things are more high in potassium type shit that help offset the high sodium, that help offset the high blood pressure type shit. You feel me? All right. But for in this case, in my example case, in my elbows, there's 0 grams of sodium. So I don't have to worry about that. Whatever you may have more than that type shit. Your sodium, processed foods, high in sodium. So if you have like, you go to the store, you buy these microwave meats, White Castle meats, and what else? Beef patties and all the shit. Anything that's frozen, for the most part, a lot of times will be high in fucking sodium, especially your processed foods. It'll be high in sodium. Please pay attention to that. Please stop just getting food and just eating it and not giving a fuck on what's inside of it. Cool. Then you have your carbs. Carbs is directly under sodium, right? So it has total carbs. Why does it say total carbs? It says total carbs because you have carbs itself, right? Then you have sugars, and you have added sugars, and then you have fiber. All these things are carbs. Fiber does not contribute to your calorie intake. You feel me? Fiber is just something else that's different that helps out with digestion, your gut health. You feel me? It helps out with satiation, make sure you feel full. You feel me? So you need fiber. How much fiber does one need? So you need just so first things first, you need to know how many calories your body needs just to sustain itself and to help carry out your goals. So find out how many calories you need for your daily caloric intake for your goals type shit, right? For every 1,000 calories, you need 14 grams of fiber type shit. You feel me? So, for example, let's say if you need 2,000 calories, everybody does not need 2,000 calories a day. Okay, but let's say you need 2,000 calories type shit, right? You need 14 grams per 1,000 calories. So you take your 2,000, divide that by 1,000. That ultimately gives you 1,000 type. What? That gives you 2 type shit. So you basically multiply that by 14. 2 times 14 is 28. So you roughly need about 28 grams of fiber a day just to make sure you're good, just to make sure you're moving your bowels. That will contribute to weight loss and everything, just so you don't be backed up of bile and things like that. You don't want to be full of shit. Get your fiber so you don't be full of shit. A lot of you is full of shit now. That's why I don't be fucking listening to you. That's why I don't fuck with you. I'm fuck with you. But you need your fiber type shit. You feel me? Yes. Oh, what are bad carbs? Your bad carbs. If trans fat are your bad fats, your bad carbs would be refined carbs, refined sugars. What is that? Those are your pastries. Those are your cakes. Those are your soft drinks. Those are the sugary sweet shit. You feel me? The shit where they add extra bullshit in it. Those are the carbs you want to pay attention to. Those are the carbs you want to watch out for. Those are the carbs that you do not want to have often. Right? Here and there is fine. Everything always boils down to moderation. You don't have to completely stay away from any of this shit. You just need to moderate your intake. At the end of the day, this is why we get fucking food scales. So we don't overindulge, so we don't underindulge. Or even off that day, but if you have it every day, that can still fuck with you too. So we want to pay attention to that type shit. You feel me? But moderation is key. Moderation is key. Moderation is key. Last but not least, we have proteins. Protein. The most important macronutrient. What are your macronutrients? Go watch the last video, and I'll tell you. And that tells you what your macronutrients are. This is part 2. Go watch the last video. If you don't remember, but protein is the most important macronutrient type shit, right? A lot of people in America are under protein. Well, they're probably just getting enough protein just to probably sustain, if that. There's a lot of people who's not even getting enough protein just to sustain their muscle mass. Why? You don't have to look like a fucking bodybuilder, but you definitely want to have more muscle than fat. I'll tell you that much. You feel me? Protein is a building block of muscle. If you want to change your body, if you want to look toned, looking toned simply means having less fat and more muscle. If you want to build muscle, you need to consume your protein. How much protein do you need? You need about 0.8 grams to 1.2 grams of protein, depending on your body type. So if you normally don't work out, don't have a lot of muscle mass to begin with, you probably want to fuck around with the smaller range type shit, right? Cool. With that being said, you need to know what your protein intake, so you know how much of protein you'll be getting per food, and that'll help you decide if you need to double up your servings, get your protein, but also be careful on where you're getting your protein sources from. Make sure if you're going to double up your protein sources, please make sure you double up. If you're going to double up your protein intake from foods, please make sure you're doubling it up from a predominantly protein source and not a predominantly carb or fat source. For example, let's say you need a certain amount of protein, right? You're not a meat eater, right? You need a certain amount of protein, and you're like, oh, I get my protein from beans, right? Or whatever. Beans. Let's say beans has 7 grams of protein, right? So you're probably going to double or triple up your bean intake just so you get your protein, right? Don't do that shit. Why? Because beans is predominantly carbs. So you're trying to double, triple up your protein through your beans, and you're doubling, tripling your carbs as well. You know how easy it is to get carbs, to eat carbs on a daily basis? You will get carbs through the abundance. Way more than you would get it through the protein type shit. Extremely more. You feel me? So this is why if you're going to double up your protein intake from particular foods, let it be from predominantly protein source. How do you know if a food has more protein or more carbs or more fats? Look at the label. Look at all three. Look at the protein, look at the fats, and look at the carbs. Which number is higher? If that would simply tell you which one is the predominant energy source type shit. You feel me? So please make sure you get if you're going to double up from your protein sources. Where you get your protein from? You get your protein from any animal products. Not all animal products are predominantly protein sources. For example, certain brands of sausages has way more fat than it has protein. Right? That shit would trick you. So you have to learn you have to learn to read and understand the label on anything. Right? Oh, watch this. Protein pancakes. What do you think the dominant energy source would be on that? Protein? You're wrong. You bum ass nigga. You're wrong. You feel me? Is pay attention to the nutrition facts. If you look at protein pancakes, you'll see there's more carbs than protein in it. You feel me? Even protein cookies. Lenny's and Larry's, name drop. Lenny's and Larry's. Top tier protein cookies, name drop. But Lenny's and Larry's, right? Yes, it's a protein cookie, but it has way more carbs than protein type shit. So you want to pay attention to that. You feel me? If based off your caloric intake and your macros, if you have enough room to actually fill out on that protein, by all means get it on, or to fill out on your carbs. So you get your protein, by all means go ahead, fuck around and get it type shit. You feel me? But you have to pay attention to that, and you have to account for that for later on in your meals type shit. You feel me? And then directly under your proteins, oh, this has 7 grams of protein, by the way. Oh, I gotta get another marker. That's tough. Anyways, so you get all this. One serving of Elbows, this brand of Elbows, one serving, 56 grams when you weigh it out on the food scale. We give you 200 calories, 1 gram of fat. I didn't put the carbs. 42 grams of carbs. 2 grams of fiber and 7 grams of protein type shit, right? That's based off of one serving. If you would double up your servings, you just multiply everything times 2. So if you double up your servings, so instead of having 8 servings, if you double up on one plate, that will last you about 4 servings, right? So if you double up your servings, that'll go from 200 calories to 400 calories. I'm trying to force it. That'll go from 1 gram of fat to 2 grams of fat. That'll go from what I said the carbs was. Carbs, what the fuck? Oh, that'll go from 42 grams of carbs to 84 grams of carbs. That'll go from 7 grams of protein to 14 grams of protein. Imagine trying to double up your pasta, trying to get your protein intake, and you double up on your carbs, and you damn near get 100 grams of carbs because you're trying to get your protein. Pay attention, y'all. Pay attention. Pay attention. Pay attention. Everything else under that are your vitamins, A to K, along with your minerals type shit. Reason why I did not put that on the side, because this always changes. These vitamins and minerals on the bottom always changes. Always changes depending on the food. This setting right here, everything right here, this does not change. This stays the same. Probably the numbers would change. The numbers will change, but in this format, it stays the same. Literally on everything that you get, it stays the same. Everything else is different. So probably some foods will have vitamin A in it. Some foods will have like vitamin D on it. So for example, my Elbows has vitamin D, calcium, iron, potassium, thiamine, riboflavin, niacin, and folate. The last 4 are B vitamins, so vitamin B type shit. You feel me? So, but there may be other things. You feel me? It may be folate on some shit. It may be vitamin C on some shit, or vitamin A on some shit, right? Like I said, I hope I said some shit, certain shit. I catch my drift, type shit. You feel me? So yes, this always changes, but first and foremost, you have to prioritize reading and understanding this here. This will help you dictate how you should food shop, because you have to plan for at least a week. I'll say 5 days minimum, but at least a week type shit. You feel me? So you have to pay attention to service per container. Make sure that will last you a certain amount of days. Even if you have to double or triple up your serving sizes. So you need to plan for that. You have to account for that type shit. You feel me? You need to know how much of everything you're getting. You feel me? So this is going to help you plan better. This will definitely help you plan better, right? So this is series 2 on how to master your nutrition. Series 3 Part three. I'm saying seriously. This is part two. Part three would be identifying which foods are proteins, carbs, and fats. You feel me? Just to help you give it a better idea. So maybe when you go food shopping, right? And that's part four would be how to food shop, how to plan for food shopping type shit. You feel me? So you need to know what foods are what. So going forward, how I food shop, I food shop by what are proteins, what are carbs, what are fats. Simple as that. It's not just what I want to eat. What I want to eat. What I'm in the mood for. Fuck what you're in the mood for. Fuck that. That's not your first priority. That's your second priority. What do you need first? What do you need? Then what are you in the mood for? If your needs and wants are they intertwine, they correlate type shit. Fuck it. That's even better. But you get what you need first before you get what you want type shit. Function over feelings. Function over feelings. I'm jacking that, bro. Function over feelings. Fuck is y'all talking about? Stop moving like that. Anyways, yes. So that would be part three, part four. Part five and part six, I have a pretty good idea what it's going to be, but you'll see when we get there. But thank you for tuning in, y'all. I'm Haas. Like, comment, subscribe for whenever I drop some more heat type shit. Turn on that notification button. You feel me? So whenever I drop some shit, you get notified for what it is. You'll be the first to know type shit. Thank you for listening to me. Thank you for supporting me. Once again, I'm just trying to help people live better lives, live on their own terms type shit. You feel me? If you're not going to hire a personal trainer or coach, then you become your own personal trainer or coach. Gang, we out of here.